This was far from, as you can see, she's resting calmly now. I flipped her back over off of my lap, back onto the couch, and she's enjoying her shows. But I just wanted to say that I asked the hospital when I took her in Wednesday at 3 a.m. in the morning to please x-ray both her arms and her legs. She seemed to be in a lot of pain, and she could not stand on her foot. Journee does not talk well, and it is very hard to understand what she's saying. She used her body language, and she kept showing the doctors the bottom of her feet. She did not want them touching her feet or her legs. They gave her ibuprofen, a large dose, like I said. The doctor then came in, checked her legs. They only x-rayed her right leg against my advice of asking for both legs to be done. They only checked the right. They were focusing mostly on her feet and ankles because that's where she kept saying she was having pain and she didn't want to bear weight. Later, they came out and said the x-ray for her right leg was okay. Again, they refused to do the left leg. They checked her for inflammation through a blood draw. That's where she got all the bruising and the redness and the skin started happening. After they did that, they had her walk about a foot or so. She walked fine. When they turned her around and asked her to walk back towards me, she took a few steps and then she started having pain in her foot again, which was the way she was facing me was her left leg is where the pain was and where she was not bearing her weight. By the time we left the hospital, I dressed her, I put her boots on her. She walked out of the hospital in her boots. We got home. She laid down for a little while. She played a little while. She laid down. By the end of the night, her foot was bothering her again, which we thought was her foot. I gave her some Motrin as prescribed as needed. She went to sleep. She woke up crying in pain again. I called the hospital. I was instructed, just put ice on it, give her some more Motrin. Later that day, we went with my older daughter to Thanksgiving family dinner at my aunt's house, where Journee once again walked around and played with everybody. She was fine. About 2 hours later, she came in there and sat on my lap. She didn't want to play with the kids anymore. She just wanted to go to sleep, so she sat on my lap and went on my chest to go to sleep. Soon after we left, we came home. She was crying throughout the night. I took her temperature. It was 99.7. I gave her Tylenol cold and flu instead of Motrin. I didn't want to give her any more Motrin because she had the bloody stools that I told the hospital about, her doctor about, and the nurse on call. I put her to sleep. She slept on her belly. She was whining through her sleep throughout the night, so I called the hospital again. Basically being told the same thing. When I called them several times throughout the early morning, I say from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., they advised me to just call her doctor, and if her doctor felt like that her left leg should be x-rayed, then the doctor will order it and send me back to have that leg x-rayed. And indeed, today I went in. The doctor looked at her legs, as I showed you earlier. The doctor saw a big bruise, she says. Sent me across to have her hips and everything examined, x-rayed, but still did not x-ray the knee or the left leg, only the thigh on up to the pelvis. Everything came back normal. She said if Journee continues to have pain all the way up until next Wednesday, bring her back. So then I'm not sure why they refusing to just x-ray the whole lower portion of her body and her back, because maybe she hurt her back too, because she just doesn't want to be touched or moved. But it seems to me that they would just do a CAT scan or something of her whole body to make sure nothing is going on, instead of having her re-injure whatever is going on. And like I said, my baby's sitting there with her little chunky self, well, cutie, just ate her some sweet potato pie and turkey and stuff. And she just trying to relax. She don't want me moving her to take her to the potty or moving her to put ice pack on her leg or checking her or anything. She just want to be left to herself. And so I'm going to leave her there until she starts fussing, or I'm going to keep giving her fluids to kind of force her to urinate because I don't want her to hold her urine. And that's that. Thank you.